Dead Season is a mysterious podcast for D&D nerds, ghosted by Not Pro.
Find more ways to support our show in the episode description. Javi and Talroth, you exit this soul portal from Javi's memory, and before you, you appear back in the red herring fishery, and before you stands a young chap. Hi!
Hello. Where are your guardians?
Oh, yeah. We're supposed to go back to the Bad Infinium... Oh my gosh, so much has happened since you guys have been gone. We should go back to the Bad Infinium Headquarters, and we could give you kind of like the rundown of what happened.
I have zero faith in this child.
I don't think we really have a choice.
You don't really need faith. I'm not like a cleric or anything.
Oh. Pinkerton got away again. Okay. Yes, I follow you.
Okay. Chap is going to march along towards the Bad Infinium Headquarters. What are you guys talking about as Chap is leading you away?
As they start walking, one of the first things Javi will do is pop Finn out of his shoulder piece and have him like crawl up onto his hand as they're walking, and he'll just kind of look at him and say,
"Where did you learn to do that? I never showed you how to do that."
Referring back to Finn was able to cut inside and manipulate his suit in a way that he shouldn't have been able to, was able to shut it down and rework it in a way that he was never shown how to do, or shouldn't have been able to do.
And Finn looks at you as you say, like, where'd you learn to do that? And goes, and like a bunch of sparks start flowing out of him as it looks like, and he starts like flashing red light.
Oh, I did not mean to harm you, to hurt you. Are you okay? Something is wrong. Something is wrong with Finn. My anger has blinded me. He needed me.
It is possible that he is distressed. He does not know how to answer your question and is fearful or worried about that.
I need to fix him. When we get him in, I need to fix him. If I fix him, everything will become better. It will all be better.
Were you aware of your condition?
Condition?
Yourself in the memory.
The Ichor.
The Ichor.
I do have been touched by Ichor. What do you I know? It is nothing I have ever known.
The Ichor has not affected you in our time with it. Not for lack of trying, but
I've manipulated much Ichor since being here, and it doesn't seem to react differently to me.
Do you think that you've built a natural immunity of some kind?
I know of a way to find out.
I would prefer...
That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
I think so.
I don't know what to make of it. But I didn't know the Ichor existed outside of this plane, these memories we go through.
It seems the Pinkertons have been plotting for longer than we've realized.
I don't think our being together was happenstance. I think there's so much to find, to unravel. I don't know what to make. What has it done to me?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. Do you think it could be the stem of your mental instability?
Javi's going to stop walking put the suit into like idle mode where the cogs and the gears kind of like crank open and he can step out of it in his, unarmored form, his small, tiny shape, and say,
Does this look unstable to you? I am the fit, perfect health.
Of course. I did not mean to question that.
But there is a chance that it did something to me. What it did, I intend to find out.
When we have rested and more of my powers are available to me, I would be happy to attempt to extract whatever influence may be overtaking you. At the very least, I may be able to provide you a short reprieve.
I do wonder if the ichor has affected maybe slight beats of my memory. Because again, I don't really remember going in the cave. I don't really remember getting out. I don't think I did though. I don't think I did get out. Well, anyway, back to the task at hand.
Chap. Sorry. The Bad Infinium Headquarters, that's the old... Is that the Red Herring Fishery? Or is that...
So that used to be where the Red Herring Fishery was, or what the Red Herring Fishery was. However, roll me an insight check.
Okay. I think I'm okay at that. It's a 19.
Oh, nice. So with a 19, it seems pretty apparent that while you were in the Red Herring Fishery, the only type of masks that you guys found were fake.
Mm-hmm.
And the only people that you saw that were using the Red Herring Fishery was the falsely departed masquerading as the Bad Infinium. It seems that the Bad Infinium used to go to this Red Herring Fishery as their headquarters, but have since left for whatever reason. You would know Talroth as a Reaper that the Bad Infinium is frowned upon.
Yeah.
People think very lowly of the Bad Infinium, and it kind of, with a 19 insight, it appears that it might have been somewhat of a scapegoat situation.
Yeah, that's a red herring. Yeah.
A red herring, yes.
Got it. Wait a minute. What?
Wait, that's a term in mystery.
Ghosted by knocked prone rhymes with hosted.
Wait, what?
This will be interesting to finally track down the Bad Infinium after all this time. It's been, apart from guiding souls, one of the priorities of the Reapers for a long time.
Your priorities and the Reapers don't seem to align much these days, though. Is this something you still pursue?
The Bad Infinium, correct me if I'm wrong, Bad Infinium, they're the ones who are trying to not continue to the afterlife because they fear what afterlife they'll go to, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Bad Infinium go against all of the Queen's mandates. This is not somewhere that souls are meant to rest indefinitely, as you've seen with the chaos and splitting of the souls that we've come into contact with. I do think that while the Reapers have lost their way, the original goal of going against the Bad Infinium is one that our Queen would have supported. I serve my Queen, not the Reapers.
She sounds wonderful.
I hope that after my tribulation, I'll be able to have a closer relationship with her. From what I've been promised, it seems like peace.
I believe the end is close.
One way
We have the amulet. We can get Delry.
we can. The fishery. Chap, did they get Delry removed before leaving there?
No, but I figured, well, they're meeting up at the Bad Infinium Headquarters. I was sent to get you, and, well, if you have a way of getting Delry out, that's awesome, but, like, we should probably get Xel, right? Like, he has my gun.
The super soaker.
The Super Sulker, yeah.
And
The soul.
Delry's mind may be warped from the dark influence surrounding him. I think it may be wise that the first person he sees be his father.
I agree.
Well, Chap, maybe we could pick up the pace a bit.
Yeah, okay.
I know when you're gonna talk like Chap, just the way you look at me.
Yeah, I have to go with mannerisms. They help. Chap picks up the pace, and you walk effortlessly through the streets of Soul Meadow, and you reach a place, Talroth, that you've seen many times. However, you have fresh eyes on it now. Both of you, with your passive perceptions, are going to notice a large statue of a Firbolg, a plaque underneath it that says the Firbolg Hero, and both of you roll me religion checks.
18.
18, nice.
3.
So with an 18, Javi, you would remember from Chai's memory that the Firbolg Hero looked different, as well as was a man. As you look closer to this statue, it's Chai. This statue is of Chai that has a plaque on it that says the Firbolg Hero.
I didn't realize we were in company of someone so recognized.
A hero. Chai. Back in her memory, the hero was not. It was a man.
Chap pushes open a sewer grate at the feet of the statue of Chai and is like, come on, and like leads you down into the Bad Infinium Headquarters, where you will see your party members that is joined by Earl. And Earl, if you would, go ahead and describe for me what the Bad Infinium looks like as everyone's kind of coming down to see it.
I think at first glance, as you're going down, it has the that kind of dark, looming presence of like a villainous lair. Like it's got very little lamplight. The architecture is gothic and lots of angles, and any detail is not is kind of looks like kind of scary or harsh. However, as you start to look at the walls, you see there are. It looks a little bit like a maybe it's like a support group has taken over the space. There's a board with like different papers attached to it with little like tabs you can pull off for different groups. One says, "Murdered in life, causing you strife," and then the other one. Another one says, "How to do wrong the right way." For like these are like different like sessions or like groups people can gather with to talk about where they're at, and then then maybe you see like over like one of the walls or something like that. There's a cat poster that says "Nobody's perfect." But yeah, so it's kind of there's a bit of like a weird duality to this space.
It's beautiful.
Awesome.
I love it.
And so Javi and Talroth, you see Chai and Xel, and Chai is accompanied by her son, who has aged many years, and Earl, go ahead and tell me what Earl is doing and how he kind of looks as Javi and Talroth see you for the first time.
So he doesn't have his half mask on at this point. He's just got his Bad Infinium cloak, and he has a you might see his staff, I think, resting kind of almost comfortably in like the crook of his arm. It's a staff made of the bones of a person. but he's dressed, I guess, underneath the garb. It's very much simple clothing of a monk, very easy to move, quick movement, not a lot of robes or anything fancy. He does have a flask on his belt that he seems to be drinking from somewhat regularly as he's talking. And I'm with Chai, is that right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So maybe you just hear him kind of talking, saying like, so one of the things I just what I tell whenever we try and recruit them for the Bad Infinium, I just try and help them remember, it's 2 rats just makes a U-turn, and 2 wrongs make a right. If 2 wrongs make a right, then 4 wrongs just make a U-turn again. And so what I tell people is, how about you turn those rights wrong in the right way and join the Bad Infinium today?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
This is wisdom I've never heard before.
Indeed.
Well, it just I didn't have a lot of it in life, Mama, but I'm learning a lot in the dead time.
I think we all are.
Well, I love this space. It's a great place. So I'm glad that you've had a nice home here and everything.
It was a little spooky when I took over the Bad Infinium. When I became the leader of the baddies, this place was a little meaner looking, and just trying to help people know that we're all terrible people with a terrible afterlife waiting for us. So we're just not wanting to go, but we're doesn't mean we can't do something good while we're here.
Well, I love how you spruced up the place. It looks like it was a little dreary before.
You really like it there, Mommy? You think it looks good?
I really do.
Chai.
Oh,
This is clearly a trap.
hello.
I get battle stance hearing that voice.
Yes, and I'll have my staff out and have it be glowing. And
Oh, son.
What are you doing?
It's okay. Calm down. Everybody, calm down. Read the posters. Chill.
I'll grab one of the murdered in life causing strife tabs.
I am so happy to see you here. I didn't know if we were going to find you again. Who knows what's even happened to you? Does time pass differently in different planes? I have no idea. How long have you guys been gone for? What's happening? Are you okay? Do you need healing? Do you need some food? Do you need some rest? We kind of need some rest. Where are you guys at right now?
Chai, this place is extremely dangerous. This person, and I'll shoot him just a look of daggers, and is extremely dangerous. They could prevent your soul's passing.
Talroth, honey. Sorry, excuse my manners. This is my son. He goes by Earl.
You'll see just a look across Talroth's face, and
I feel that way often.
So this would be your variant of Talroth, the one that you've been working with, then, Mama?
Right. Yeah, we ran across another Talroth. Well, Salroth, and yeah, it was a little bit of an interesting.
I ripped his heart out, is what I did.
That did happen. I can confirm.
well done.
I like this guy.
What is your son doing in the Bad Infinium?
Well, I'll be honest, we really just met up only, a couple hours ago, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it too, but I guess he's kind of the leader around here and everything. Isn't that cool?
And the more important factor is that that Earl saved us. We were in quite a bit of a trouble. I was not doing so well when there was still danger in the red herring fishery, and now we've been invited to rest here and recoup our missing points of health.
Light bulb. We're gonna rest.
And it didn't really feel like it would be advantageous to turn down that offer. And honestly, interacting with Earl now, it seems like quite a bit of I know there are a few contradictions with your goals and probably Earl's, but there's more in common than we'd previously thought.
I understand the complexity of the situation and will do my best to avoid taking action. Chai, I understand your position, but remember my warning. Xel, You are my only concern. So as long as you do not tread down this path of heresy, then I can go along with it.
Heresy, he says heresy. You're a Talroth. Do you have any idea how many of your kind have just ruined all kinds of stuff for everybody?
Yeah, how many
Just-
are there?
I just want to know, when do you think you're gonna go bad now? Like, it's just I'm nervous about if this variant here, it has a time limit. You know, last one I worked with went bad.
I am not a variant. I am Talroth, and I serve the Raven Queen, not the Pinkertons like the other Talroths you may have met. Well,
You're like a different kind of variant? I don't understand.
it's a very complicated process. They seem to be producing clones of prominent people within the Reapers. I believe that these clones were made to discredit myself.
So they are clones of you.
Right. The fundamental difference is that we believe Talroth here is the original.
And because you follow the Raven Queen, that kind of makes you different from the other Talroths?
Well, it's if we're talking about the Pinkertons framing you for some bad stuff, that's something we got in common, my friend. That's what they've been doing for the Bad Infinium.
Well, perhaps we can have a discourse. Shall we maybe begin eating and bedding
There's
down?
the potluck that's happening this evening. Some of the different
That's
baddies.
perfect.
That's what we call
That's-
ourselves.
Cancel all the potluck. I got it. Okay, just tell everybody to just chill. And you said there's a kitchen in
Mama.
here, right?
That's mighty kind of you. I do like to have everybody bring something, though. I think that helps with the community
Okay,
of it
okay.
all.
As long as they're not
Not to
upstaging what
I don't
I'm
wanna
bringing,
step on your
okay?
toes.
I'm
You're a
bringing the
wonderful
main course. That's all I'm saying.
That's a great idea.
I haven't
Maybe
eaten.
Talroth, you could bring some chips. Do you have any chips?
I haven't eaten in a very long time before your mother came along. I had not eaten in a very long time until your mother decided to cook for me. It was some of the best food I've ever had, so I don't think anyone will upstage you, Chai.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
Certainly not with the Raven Queen's blessing, and I'll put guidance on her as she begins to cook.
As you put guidance on Chai, you're staying decently vigilant, being in enemy territory. Go ahead and roll me perception, investigation, or religion. Your choice.
Okay. I'll do perception.
While he's doing that, could I just while they're getting all that ready, could I just ask Chap to let any other Bad Infinium know that there's a Reaper here that we're not gonna fight or attack.
Okay, yeah, I'll let him know. Hey, everyone, this guy, even though he looks like he's a bad guy, sometimes two rights make a wrong. Wait, two left.
That's 2 rats makes a U-turn. Chap.
Oh, 2 U-turns makes a left. Huzzah! And he walks away.
I think I need to work on my wording of my phrases.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn an inspiration because I don't like what I rolled. Hey, natural 20. 25.
So, with a natural 20, Talroth, you are going to find some extra information. You sense that inside of Earl's staff that he's holding that is made out of bone, a soul is waiting inside that you could convert into a will-o-wisp. The soul will have somewhat of like a speak with dead presence about it with a natural 20. So if you would like, you can expend...
I will do 2 things. Number 1, can I use Divine Sense to see...
its intentions, right? Or
Well,
good or evil?
Yeah, just basically good or evil. I think it's undead, demon, or fiend type stuff. But basically, I assume he's undead. But I'm just trying to get an idea if I can trust him or if it's bad intentions.
I sense a soul calling out to me from your staff. Do you know this soul?
There's a person in my stick?
Not quite a person, but...
He puts it to his ear. Hello in there? Is there anybody? Hello?
I've
been slinging you around for a long time.
Roll me
Kind
a
of shaking it.
Arcana or religion check, Josh. Your choice.
I got a negative 2 to both. 15.
15. All right. With a 15, you hear a gentle hello.
Whoa, my goodness. Jiminy. There's a thing. I just heard a hello from my staff.
Indeed.
And not like the staff that serve in the Bad Infinium, but the staff I'm holding in my hand. So,
The potluck staff.
hello in there. Person in the staff.
Hello.
It said hello again.
If you would be willing, the Raven Queen has granted me the ability to connect with these souls, to make use of them after their passing. If you would allow, I would be curious to interact with this one.
I gotta think about that. I'm not sure that this is a nice staff. It served me well. Hey there, little staff person. In there? Hello? Did you want to come out here and talk to this Reaper fella?
Hello.
It's just saying, hey, Chap, do you know there's a person in my staff? Get over here, see if you can hear it. I'm just curious.
No way.
He looks over at Javi, says, did you hear that there's a person in this staff?
Why don't we think about it over dinner and a conversation? Then you can make your decision then.
And your divine sense, Talroth, comes back. Everything is clear. There are multiple undead in your area, obviously. But there are no... I mean, other than some of the other members of the Bad Infinium coming back as evil, there's seemingly many good creatures around.
Okay. Including the staff? Like the staff itself doesn't seem to be malicious or...
The staff doesn't have any malicious intent that you can... actually, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check to see if you can kind of, delve deeper than just, the surface thoughts.
0.
A 0. With a 0, you are unable to delve deeper.
Yeah, I'll just accept it for what it is.
Okay, sometimes the dwarves delve too deep, and then they unleash
Release
a
a
Balrog.
Balrog.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's,
There's a Balrog rating for all of us.
Well,
Flame.
I am thoroughly excited for some of this food and kind of scruffle Chap's hair a little bit. Shall we go, help Chai get ready?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have to show you my favorite cat poster. It's in the other room.
Oh, let's go see it, and I'll scuttle off with
Be
Chap.
careful.
I'll give you a side glance, of course.
What dish are you selecting today, and how are you going to prepare it?
So, I assume we're going to be down here long enough for people to get a full rest, right?
Yes. So you are in the process of starting a full rest. You start cooking up something.
Yes. My thought is, because it does take... it's like the equivalent of an action in some things. Blah, blah, blah. I assume I really can't be resting while I'm cooking, which makes enough sense. Beats my soul, maybe not my health points. So I'm going to take a short rest so that I have enough time, because the amount of time I spend on the dishes, it changes their potency and stuff.
Yes.
So I'm going to make 3 different dishes over the course of 4-ish hours. Okay. So one is my 5-spice chili, fairy bread, and chai tea. Cooking montage.
Sorry, I was gonna add into the cooking montage. You've got Chap and Xel trying to help, but really being more trouble than we're worth of trying to go and like start something like, oh, like come fix it, you know.
I'm so glad you're here. Don't touch my chili.
Bless your heart.
And your animal companion on your side, Puddle, starts to help out. Josh, go ahead and make me an insight check with advantage.
17.
With a 17, you look at Puddle, this small octopus.
Who you actually haven't been introduced to
Yes.
at this point.
Yes, and you would know, Earl, that this is a primordial seedling.
Like just a baby god deity thing?
Yeah, yep.
That's a funny looking little creature you got over there.
Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting introductions left and right today. I need something to eat. Yes, this is my little buddy, Puddle. He really he can introduce himself. I should have gave him the chance. Yeah, and he just kind of chose me, and we've been attached to the hip ever since, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little bit bad for the buddy. I'm not sure what to do with him.
Do you know what that is, though?
A little, I don't know, octopus, squid. I really should know, shouldn't I?
Well,
not really sure what kind of...
a form that it's taken, but that right there is the beginnings of what could be something really, really big.
Oh,
like
yeah, I mean, I'm sure when it grows
primordial seed.
Puddle, is that true?
Puddle.
In the wrong hands, that little critter could be a bunch of trouble, or could be something really special.
I'm not really sure what to make of that. That makes me feel a little more uncomfortable. That I feel like he wanted to like join me. I guess I'm not sure why he's been so content with just sitting on my hip all day long. So
Likely your nurturing nature.
Perhaps. Thank you, Talroth. But I'm not really sure how to nurture a... What did you call it?
It's like the seed of it's like a primordial seed. It's
a primordial
ability to
seed.
grow
Yeah,
into
I've not raised one of those
Really
before. So I'm not sure. Puddle, can you... If you can talk, you better tell me right now.
Do the falsely departed know that you're walking around with that?
Oh, I wouldn't know if they've noticed or not.
And Earl, you would know that the falsely departed is looking out for primordial seedlings of this type.
That is a dangerous critter to have just walking out in the open. If they saw that you had a Puddle, you said? Hello, Puddle. My name's Earl. This is my stick. It says hi.
Puddle. Hello.
They can have a conversation back and forth all day.
Hello. Puddle.
Oh, good lord. They're trying to make their god whole again, at least in a way that they can control it. If they get a hold of that little seed there, that could be a really bad pickle we'll put ourselves into.
Well, suddenly I feel a bit of pressure to protect my little Puddle, I guess, because I don't want it in the wrong hands. I'm not sure that I'm the right hands, but maybe better than other options.
I'm sure yours are right hands, Mama. There's probably no better hands than yours.
Well,
anybody else here is pretty bad folk. We all done terrible things in our living lives.
Yes, I couldn't agree more, Earl. On the note, Chai, do you mind if I want to see if there's any similarities to the Ichor with perhaps some of the oil on and I'd like to try to make an investigation of Puddle and see if it like in the container at all, if there's any purple residue or oily residue that is similar to the
Puddle's
Ichor. To the Ichor. Yeah.
Tank.
Either on Puddle or just kind of floating around in the tank.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Well, it's gonna be a 5.
A 5.
With the yeah.
Oh,
nice.
I'm sorry. Well, with a 5, unfortunately, you're unable to detect anything, but you're not sure if it's because you didn't look hard enough or if there's nothing.
Yeah, I was a little worried about upsetting a primordial seed, so I kind of like peeked in, didn't see it, and minded my own business.
Puddle.
Just as everyone's kind of like resting while Chai's making the food, I just want to say like, and if you need a rest at all, there's a dungeon that we've kind of renovated into just a bunch of bunk beds. If any of you need to just rest down there, nice and cozy.
Oh, I would love a cozy place to rest.
I'm fine here.
Take a little nap, y'all. We just got like a couple more minutes until the food will be ready.
I think as Javi's smelling all the smells, you're gonna just he's gonna be just kind of talking to himself like, I'm just hungry. Just don't feel good. Just put my frustration on him.
Just
I don't have intrusive thoughts. I have intrusive words. Javi.
just
I will fix you, Finn.
Pacing in the corner, like.
I will fix you, and everything will be better.
Talroth,
That is...
is Javi okay?
We had a close call with the Pinkerton he knew in life.
That dingy little cave we saw in that portal, that wasn't his memory, was it?
It was. It was his life, as far as I could tell. It seems he never really left that cave. I think being back there, watching Pinkerton get away, and realizing the depth of his torture has put him into a particular state of mind.
Well, sounds like we all got some beef with these Pinkertons, so it's hard to watch a memory that you can't really control. So I hope we can bring some of that power back to him, you know?
I agree. I think we shall. Chai, may I confide something in you?
Always.
While we were in the memory, I saw something worrisome. Javi, while being tortured, well, the method of torture that they used was to be injecting him with Ichor. I have a worry that this has infected him in some way. Would you be willing to help me keep an eye on him?
Heavens, yes. That's a terrible way to be tortured. We've seen what that does to creatures.
Xel has had trouble remaining on the same plane as it. I can only imagine what having it directly injected into your body would do.
Well, somehow he's lasted this long in the astral plane doing pretty good, so I hope we can keep that up, but who knows what kind of an effect that could have on him if that became an issue again.
Precisely. The reason I confided in you is because I know of your abilities and faith. If at all possible, I think it might be of benefit to attempt to cleanse him, to try to rid him of whatever influence this might be having. If we find that it isn't having an influence, that he's resistant or immune, then I feel that that confirmation may be just as good as either way.
For sure, for sure. Well, I would be honored to do that, so let me think on that a bit, on the best way to go about that. And hopefully we'll get him to a better spot if he is having a hard time.
Who do you worship?
Eldath,
Eldath.
God of peace.
Okay. While we have this time, I'd also like to talk to you about our current situation. Your son, while maybe not a spiritual threat to you, is dangerous. The Bad Infinium revolve around damning life to this realm, to the refusal to move on into the next life, to refuse to take accountability for your actions. I know you have spent your life in the service of Eldath, and I would just encourage you to not throw that away.
I mean, I don't necessarily plan on that, but I don't think you have to worry about, like, Earl or nothing, you know? As much as I adore you, Talroth.
I don't worry about him harming you. I don't think he has any ill intention. But I do know that the consequences of his actions may lead to you being taken off your path.
Well, I will keep that in mind. Thank you for your concern.
Of course, and thank you for the meal.
Absolutely.
No, just kind of give her space and go and start meditating.
And I'm gonna be putting on my last garnishes and spices and...
All right, go ahead and roll
18.
an 18. All right. With an 18, go ahead and tell me about the condition of all of these foods.
Yes, so I have 3 dishes prepared. The main course is 5-spice chili. This is a super spiced chili that has ground beef, sweet tomatoes, 5 signature spices, very, very spicy, and it bolsters your natural constitution.
Oh.
And so for 12 hours, and with my roll, okay, so we have a reduction of cold damage for 5 points per hit.
Okay.
For the next 12 hours.
That's pretty nice.
And then we have the fairy bread.
Cade writing it down to make sure that there's some type of cold damage
You're
in the next
too
fight.
nice to me. You're too nice to me. Stop. And then we have the fairy bread that will add a +3 bonus to wisdom saving throws.
Ooh, that's pretty nice.
Actually, wait. So +2 to wisdom saving throws for 2 hours once you eat it. Wait, no.
We made it a little bit
Breathe.
crunchy.
This is how I feel when I read cookbooks, like regular cookbooks.
It's not very in character of me to be so confused right now.
What does that mean by 350 degrees?
Like, I know I need flour. I know I need milk. I know there's eggs. I don't know the order or the amount.
Yeah. It'll be
All
fine.
in a bowl. Bowl in the oven.
What do I do with the shells?
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
They're your
Okay,
snack while you wait.
So here's my thing though. Because this only lasts 2 hours, I'm going to tell you what it does cold when it's not fresh. So it's just going to be 1 less. So +2 bonus instead of +3 bonus. But I'm going to recommend that we pack some of this fairy bread so that you can ingest it as you please to be able to get a +2 bonus to wisdom saving
see.
throws for 2 hours.
So we're
that's
not
what-
eating it now. We're waiting
You can
until
just for the sake of, like the potluck, but my plan is really like more. That's
we're not
going
to gain the effect
flavor.
of it until
Yeah.
later.
How many
But-
servings can you make per?
Well, it's a potluck. I assume there's a lot of people here, Kate. But 4. The answer is 4.
I honestly don't know how many people are in the Bad Infinium. It could be like a really big space with just like 5 people walking around.
Yeah. So,
That's the vibe.
They're
for
all
sure.
there's 5 people, but they all like walk into different rooms and do like quick changes.
Yeah.
and walk back to make it appear like there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Baddies.
Bunch of baddies.
Bunch of baddies running around.
All this deception.
So, yeah, that's the fairy bread. And then the last thing is chai tea, which I also will recommend we pack around cold.
Chai in this tea?
Yeah, I put a little piece of my hair in there. And for this one, it's a +1 bonus to AC for the next minute. So whenever you choose to
Okay.
drink it, it's when you want to boost your AC for just 1. And it would have been 2 had I, well,
I like the
could be
idea.
up to 3 if
Roll
it was
me
hot.
a luck check.
Whoa.
A potluck check?
A pot.
A potluck
Oh,
check.
yes.
Potluck check.
Yes.
So much pressure. 16.
Whoa.
With a 16, Earl has some ice in a cooler in the Bad Infinium because people like to have their drinks iced. And speaking of iced drinks, iced chai is just as good as hot chai. So if you include this ice when you are using it, It will give you a +2 to AC,
So nice.
even when it's cold.
Because it's not. Yeah, I get you.
'Cause that's how
it's
it was
considered
intended.
fresh.
Yeah.
Yes, we're keeping it fresh.
Yes.
So +2 to AC whenever you drink it
For 1
the
minute.
next minute.
'Kay.
Yeah. So helpful, possibly, in combat. So that is what I prepared. So ingest this wisely, okay? Because like the chili, like I want you guys to be able to enjoy and like be full and everything, but like that fairy bread and the chai tea could really come into handy if you need a little bit of bolstering later on. So feel free to save some of it if you want. We got some ice here, which is so nice. And yeah, bon appetit.
Chai, you have outdone yourself again.
Thank you. I would ask you if the spicy meatballs or if the chili's better, but don't tell me. I'll be sad either way.
And then we just got some of us different baddies work together. We have just some nice little charcuterie over here. It's just kind of it doesn't get you any benefits other than just satisfying your tummy a little.
Wonderful. I'm so happy. So happy.
Really unfortunate that nobody brought chips, though. Really would have been nice.
Talroth.
Just as the potluck's going on, I like to imagine just Talroth standing in the corner, just glaring at everyone that's like going through and just like.
As you're like giving out the food, you'll see it once again. Zelbrath again, like as the night starts to wind down and the high energy went away to like more just like you were just continuing the long process of cooking and stuff, started to slip into his darker thoughts again, thinking about how he's left Delry's side and we're just waiting. And so he's starting to get a little stressed, especially when Chap is close. You kind of see like a resurgence, kind of like when he would go over to Delry's tent of like, you know, bolstering himself up, the voice deepening again and proceeding, but he's starting to like run out of steam throughout the night. But again, your meal, which is always very good at 17, what did it plus
18
to it? So it ended up being an 18. Yeah, it helps pull him out even further, but as the food starts to finish, Xel will kind of quickly go off to rest.
And you hear over your walkie-talkie, Dad, how are you doing out there?
Oh, Delry, things are going great. We're moving forward quickly towards trying to figure out a way to get you out of there. I'm sorry, I'm not...
No, it's okay. You should take care of yourself. I've been here for a minute, and it's okay. Like, I'll be okay.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
And I promise you'll be as fast as I can.
I'll metagame this because just to make you aware of why I'm not doing stuff. Talroth is worried about bringing this up to Xel until we're fully rested, thinking that he may want to go immediately, which is not that wise of a decision, at least in Talroth's mind.
Actually, I was debating how I was going to handle it if you told me, and I do think Xel would have like tried to go on his own during the night,
Recklessly,
maybe.
like in low health, left.
I guess like you have, but since now that you've officially said, I was planning if you told me about it to try to sneak off and do it during the night.
Yeah, so I will approach and I'll go and.
Was that Delry that I heard?
Oh, yes. We were able to figure out a way to stay in communication thanks to Chap being able to run part of my fancy little horn over to him.
Well, I'm glad that you have that connection. I think that we are rapidly approaching your reunion. Hang in there.
Yes, I certainly have.
I say, looking at the cat poster across the room.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope you're correct. Thank you, Talroth.
I am.